particularly, we're gonna watch what happened to all these people.
What's going on, everybody? Many of you have asked for an update on some of the people featured in the Real Things I've Seen series. So here you go. So after all that went down and we all checked the contents of our underwear, we loaded that guy up and brought him down to the hospital where he bought himself some fancy new internal hardware. But the craziest part about that entire call is he forgot everything.
Who am I?
Wait, what?
And why do I exist? And who made me?
Because we gave him for said prior to cardioverting
That was the one that they had to reset, like they had to turn him off and on again.
him. He forgot everything leading up to us welding the crap out of him wanting to beat the crap out of somebody there that pushed that button, and then transporting him to the hospital. In fact, halfway down to the hospital, he was asking if we could bring him back to his house because he was completely fine now. And it was on that day that I realized that with enough medication, you can forget anything.
With enough medication, we too can forget everything.
Oh, crap.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap.
This dude was another person that should have met whatever afterlife entity you believe in, but instead walked away with a couple broken ribs and a bruised lung. And all because of this guy. The guy that I couldn't depict well enough, sitting at 6'8", 300 pounds, that literally picked up the car with one arm and dragged his meat pancake friend out from underneath and stopped him from remaining a dead, flat human. And on that day, I learned that adrenaline and friendship are the strongest things in the world. I mean, except for my wife's hate for the peanut butter spoons that I leave in the sink every day. That's really strong. Holy crap. Hi. Taters McGee was by far the most interesting patient I've ever ran
Taters was crazy.
on and made me question my actual knowledge of human body for a solid 10 seconds. And by the time we dropped this guy up at the hospital, what they said was going on blew my mind.
Oh.
And that was they had no freaking clue.
What?
Yeah, that happens so many times that we drop people off at the hospital and we never actually get an answer. Why? Not because the hospital's incompetent, but because they don't actually know what's going on until they run the outrageous amount of tests that they need to run to find out why this patient is direct injecting taters right into their sinus cavities. But unfortunately, that's just a part of the job.
Oh, that's the worst part, is when you don't know why you ended up, because he kept on passing out for no reason.
So I hope that answers some of the questions that you had, and let me know in the comments which Real Things I've Seen people you want follow up on next. But until then, try to catch me howling at the moon. We're back with another episode of Where Are They Now? And today we might discover some very personal connections with one of the people in the videos. Let's get into it. Why is he not wearing clothes?
Because he thinks he's a cow, man.
I remember that one.
Moo.
This guy was actually one of my first interactions with someone who had taken edibles. I mean,
Oh, it was edibles!
obviously, I ran on a few people who enjoyed a little bit of the devil's lettuce, which for the most part is harmless and completely entertaining. But when it comes to edibles, they tend to have the highest adverse reactions, simply because of the amount of time it takes to be absorbed.
Yeah, oftentimes people take an edible, they think, oh, I don't feel it, and then they take another edible. And then they're like, oh, I don't feel it, so they take another edible, and then all three of them hit them at once. I had a friend who worked in the hospital, and he showed me an x-ray, and someone managed to shove a monster can in there. That's impressive.
Absorbed and the type of route that it's taking to be absorbed. And for this guy at first, it left him completely catatonic and looking like he was riding the Milky Highway, and then quickly came to life with a wonderful yellow liquid surprise and a few well-placed moos.
Moo!
Moo!
But in the end, we were able to get him down to the hospital where he was completely fine and probably hopefully kept the gift of yellow rain going for the ER staff. Calling himself the Crispy Kris Kringle. Why are there Christmas?
This one was also really funny.
Decorations in April. This guy was actually one of the calmest trauma alerts I've ever called. When we got on scene, he was acting like he was completely fine, confused at why we were even there, and in fact was refusing to go to the hospital at one point in time.
Oh, no.
All of this made sense when we realized that he had taken a tumbling nosedive off of a 25-foot tree and landed directly on his face.
Oh, no.
Once we got him down to the hospital, all of our suspicions were confirmed when they told us that he had a lovely traumatic brain injury, some randomly placed broken bones, and owed his neighbor a few mortgage payments for saving his life.
Oh.
You gotta drive faster. Wait, why? Because I'm gonna crap my pants.
Oh, I didn't see that one. Hold on. I didn't see that one. Let's watch it first. Emergency poop.
All right, sir, looks like your ankle's a little bit swollen, but honestly, I don't think it's broken. I guess that's good to hear. Absolutely. I'm gonna be right back. What?
Dude, you gotta drive faster. Wait, why? Because I'm gonna crap my pants.
Bro, I don't know what you mean to tell you, man. I can't drive
Oh my God.
faster. There's a ton of traffic.
Dude, I've been holding this thing for 40 minutes. I'm prairie dogging like crazy. If you don't
Oh
start to
my
drive
God.
faster, I'm gonna fill this truck with spicy burrito, brown liquid filled with grits.
Bro, I can't drive code 3 because you're about to code brown your pants. What's going on back there? Unfortunately, it looks like my partner really needs to go to the bathroom.
You think we'll make it to the hospital on time? God, I hope not.
All right, sir. Looks
Oh my God. Okay, let's see what happened after that.
sweaty individual desperately trying not to drop a hot piece of butt fudge into their beating.
No! Can we not call it butt fudge, please?
Use was unfortunately me. It was
It was him!
This was at the end of a very long 24-hour shift where I had spent the previous 12 hours with an unexpected colon cleanse because apparently I ate something that my sensitive ginger stomach didn't like.
Oh
And
no.
of course, we caught a late call, which set off the chain of events that led to me begging my partner to drive faster or sweet death.
My friend.
And I'd love
Oh my God.
the other two people portrayed in this video hoping that I would crap my pants in the back of the boo-boo bus was an over-exaggeration, but if there's two things I've learned that firefighters love, it's saving lives and ruining them by telling every single person we work with that their fellow brother dropped a deuce inside of their Fruit of the Looms.
Try to catch me hollering.
Oh no.
Hey everyone, and welcome to the third installment of Where Are They Now, and what I believe are the 3 most interesting calls I've ever been on. Yeah, I think I felt something hit my leg.
Oh, that's the bullet one.
A few? Wait, how many's a few? There are 2 types of people in this world. People who lose their freaking minds the second they feel pain, and then this guy, who was shot 9 times and couldn't have cared less about the 900-mile-per-hour pieces of metal that were shoved inside of his body.
Oh my God, he did get shot. Oh my God.
Until he could figure out whether or not his car needed a new slathering of paint.
'Tis but a scratch.
But honestly, I've never seen someone handle pain better than this dude did. And then when I found out that not a single one of those bullets hit a major organ or artery in his body when he walked out of the hospital the next day, I knew for a fact that he was certainly the luckiest and probably holiest person walking around on the planet.
All of a sudden, I knew exactly what the bottom of my foot looked like.
So unfortunately, I've seen a lot of crazy crap in my career, including people cut in half and body parts.
I don't know if I could handle seeing somebody cut in half. Imagine having to deal with a person that's just laying there cut in half being like, how do my legs look, bro?
Strewn all over highways. But this was my first time experiencing the thought of, holy crap, I might actually blow chunks all over this road.
I'm going to throw up. I think I'm gonna throw up.
Don't throw up.
Seeing that guy's leg with one more joint than it should have had briefly made me question my career choice and definitely made me feel bad for his stupid choice of sticking his foot out the window. But then one of the police officers showed up for traffic control and clued me in on the fact that this guy was wanted for multiple crimes, including child abuse. And even though my treatment didn't change that day, I definitely wondered, was somebody driving a giant truck of sweet karma that day?
Wait, is this the butt guy? Oh my God, this is the butt guy.
This is soap bottle in my rectum.
So I would love to say that this is the only person I've ever ran on who attempted to explore their nether region with household items.
Oh.
But I would be lying. In fact, the only thing I'm yet to experience is someone being straight up honest about trying to shove things inside of their backdoor cinnamon ring.
Nobody wants to admit it.
Not the back door. Not the back door.
Which I truly don't understand, because at the end of the day, no first responder, nurse, or doctor gives a flying crap about what you do on your personal time, especially since we are most likely some of the craziest, strangest, and most eclectic humans that you will ever meet. But the one thing that we can all definitely agree on is the one place things without a flair should never go is your chocolate starfish no-no zone.
You gotta have that flared base.
Try to catch me howling at the moon.
You gotta have that flared base.
Hey everyone, welcome back to a very overdue installment of Where Are They Now? And if you're a dude, you might find some of this episode a little
Oh, it's gonna have the one with the chopped off penis, I think.
bit painful.
What's off? It's off.
You know, as a paramedic that's been doing this for a pretty long time, I feel like I've mastered the ability to keep a straight face no matter how horrendous the call or injury is.
I don't think anybody with a penis could keep a straight face when somebody else has lost their penis.
But when it comes to someone losing a section of their Johnson to a very violent and forceful catheter incident, that's where I tend to lose it. You see, catheters have a balloon at the end of them, so once they're in place, the balloon can be inflated so it'll remain inside of the bladder and then deflated once it's ready to be removed. But if you forget to deflate, an exploded hot dog is what you'll make. It's truly hard to describe what it's like seeing
That picture with the clip with the child.
4 grown men saying, "There's no way," over and over again because none of us could believe what we were looking at. But the good news is, it sounds like they were able to get this guy a full set of twig and berries again, and us as much therapy as we're gonna need.
Then why are you covered
Look, he got a new pin.
in blood? My varicose vein exploded.
I've seen people shot, stabbed, impaled with 8-foot lightning rods.
He's seen some shit.
It's bleed a little bit, but I've never seen someone paint their home like they're the Picasso of human lube, like someone who's had a ruptured varicose vein.
Bam! Blood everywhere.
You see, the hardest part of controlling a severe varicose vein bleed is you can't just use one tourniquet like you would in an arterial bleed. You need 2. One to stop all the arterial blood from coming into the leg, and then another one to stop all the blood that's inside of the leg ejecting out of their varicose vein blowout.
Yeah, that makes sense. You gotta put a tunic above and below.
Big summer blowout.
But thankfully, we were able to control the bleeding, get this guy down to the hospital, and then stare into the endless void, wondering when my leg veins would ultimately betray me, sending me into a lonely death.
My veins better not betray me. This one was a bad
I was
one.
told when I was learning about Narcan was never slam it. Why? Well, have you ever heard the phrase,
Oh my God, there's vomit everywhere.
well, you will if you ever give Narcan too fast. But to be fair, everyone has different reactions when it comes to being given Narcan, and in my experience, most people are pretty chill when they wake up from their opioid sleeping time. But from time to time, you're gonna get the joy of experiencing you and your entire ambulance being doused in whatever they had for their last 3 meals. But I'm happy to report that person was dropped off at the hospital feeling fine, and I went back to the station, burned all of my clothing, and never looked at bologna sandwiches the same again.
Try to
Oh no! I feel like you have to be have a really strong stomach to be able to deal with being a paramedic.
Hey everyone, our Where Are They Now adventure continues today with patients that were seemingly disconnected from reality and one that wanted to disconnect my head from my body. Calm down, you know we're here to help you. Flocka was by far the craziest street pharmaceutical I'd ever seen people on. I mean, up to this point, I'd seen your normal opioid-induced nap-nap, or people screaming at the top of their lungs after their 60th line of booger sugar made their pacemakers
Booger sugar!
start firing off multiple rounds of heart-drilling electrified regrets. But what I had never seen was grown men in their full birthday suits gifted with Olympic-level sprinting abilities like they had after consuming a fresh batch of flakka.
Oh my God.
Felt like running.
And funny enough, what my brain still can't seem to process is why every single one of them was being chased by wolves.
What?
Every single one of them.
How is every single flakka dude being chased by wolves?
We're gonna get you, we're gonna get. Which means they're either being transported to another dimension or we have invisible wolves running around us that none of us flakkered up individuals can see. But good news is, after a fresh batch of Haldol and Valium, they got away from those wolves and took a happy trip up to Cloud 9. Mike, this is Jimmy. Jimmy's blood sugar drops. Got it. Have you ever been
I love that one.
picked up by another person and thrown across the room like you were a human lawn dart? I
No.
have. And it was by this guy. Low blood sugar could be a very
You'd think low blood sugar would make somebody like tired and lethargic, not the Hulk.
interesting thing. For most people, when their sugar begins to drop off, they become weak, tired, or maybe even unconscious. But not this guy. Somehow this guy's lack of brain sugar caused him to become the insulin-dependent Incredible Hulk. And as a fresh medic, I figured this was my chance to show the world how strong and nimble a ginger stretcher fetcher could be. And then I got blasted across the room like a high-powered fart in the wind. But after some great distraction techniques and very quick darting, we were able to get some glucagon in his arm, his sugar back up, and a lot of ice packs for me. Phew. Oh my God, is he weird? If you want to deposit a butt burrito in your pants while simultaneously looking another human in the eyes, give someone adenosine.
Every paramedic?
Poop my pants.
Adenosine
How much poop do you think paramedics have to deal with on a daily basis? Probably too much.
is a medication that we give to patients when their heart rates are too high to hopefully help slow it back down. But it has an incredible side effect of making the entire room smell like backdoor dumplings when you literally watch somebody's heart stop and then pray it starts back up before you have to start giving them the old staying alive cartilage cracker. Good news is, though, the medication works 90% of the time, leaving them feeling 1,000 times better and happy we came. For the other 10%, they get two things: a sedative and to ride the lightning.
Try to kill.
Oh my God, a lot? Yeah, probably a lot. I mean, that comes with the territory of dealing with humans. Because, like, humans will, like, poop for no reason. They'll just be like, oh,
Just when you thought
my heart stops, I poop myself.
we were done, we're back with another Where Are They Now? And today we're going to talk about why peeing on the people around you
Oh, they're talking about the jellyfish thing guy.
doesn't make you a better friend.
I smell so bad.
For as long as I can remember, people have turned to spraying their friends and strangers with golden shower fluid when they get stung by a jellyfish.
Why do they call it golden shower? I know why they call it golden showers, but why? Why do we need to talk about golden showers?
And I really need you guys to know something. It doesn't work.
It doesn't.
Truth shall set you free. The reason kidney tears have been raining down upon the victims of jellyfish stings is because the acidic nature of urine should theoretically neutralize jellyfish venom and help reduce
Theoretically.
the pain. But it doesn't. The only thing that's getting neutralized is the happy memories of sand and waves for the person that just had a run-in with the prehistoric venomous snot rocket and is immediately being replaced by nightmares with the hot asparagus-soaked regret that they were just deluged in.
No, God!
But if this ever happens to you, have no fear. Simply soak the area in salt water or tap water between 107 and 113 degrees, which should help reduce the pain, plus save you a lifetime on therapy bills and awkward conversations about the time you went wee-wee on me, Mom. See? I got it all under control. What is that?
Wait, have we seen this one? I don't know we saw the blood pressure guy.
So how long has he looked like that? Like 3 hours or so? It's like I'm staring into the sun. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get some vitals, but this just happened out of nowhere? Yeah, I mean, he said he was tired of being dependent on his useless medication, took a little hiatus, and now he's a 6'2" walking tomato. I think I just went blind. 270 over 150? See, I got it all under control. What is that ringing? So we're gonna load him up and drive faster than we've ever driven before. So.
Oh my God. What was it? Okay, we're gonna find out now.
Ringing! High blood pressure can present in many different ways, like blurred vision, headaches, or like this guy who looked like me after spending 3 minutes in the sun without SPF 5000.
Wait. That was all caused by high blood pressure? Why was his blood pressure so high?
Good news is he was fine, and to say he was lucky would be a gross understatement. You see, after suddenly stopping the medications that he had been on for the last 30 years, his body compensated wonderfully by
Oh, he was probably on like blood pressure medication.
shooting his blood pressure through the stratosphere and almost taking his ability to ever eat solid food again with it.
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back, rib.
Look,
I want my baby back, baby back, baby back, baby back.
I get it. Nobody likes taking prescribed pharmaceuticals every day. I mean, maybe some of them. But when a pill might be stopping your brain from blowing a blood gasket inside of your very sealed, very sensitive brain cage, it might be important to continue consuming it so you can continue using all of your limbs.
I don't think I watched this one either. We missed some of them.
Really, Jimmy? Again?
Hey, Jason. The Benadryl stopped working again.
Yeah, that's what happens when you keep taking Benadryl and eating something you're highly allergic
Oh my
to,
God.
hoping you don't die.
I know.
If you're allergic to peanut butter, don't eat peanut butter.
No, but PB&J's are so good.
Uh-huh, and so is breathing. Yeah.
I know.
I'll get the epi.
Thank you.
Seriously?
Oh my God. I can tell you how to live. You're gonna die, Rocket.
PB&J's are so good.
This was nowhere near the first or last time I would encounter somebody who filled their belly with Benadryl prior to consuming something they were highly allergic to.
What? Chat, would you do that? Be honest with me, chat. Would you do that? Would you? Some things are worth dying for, and peanut butter is one of those. I don't agree with that.
In hopes that their body wouldn't catapult their consciousness into the next lifetime. Again, I get it. If somebody took the ability for me to be able to house an entire peanut butter, marshmallow, and bacon sandwich away from
Interesting combo.
me, I'd be upset. But I sure as crap wouldn't risk the possibility of not being able to see the next Fast and Furious installment on it.
You don't turn your back on family.
Severe allergic reactions happen after your body releases abnormally excessive amounts of chemicals, like histamines, into your body after you've eaten or got stung by something. Oh! And the body's reaction to this can be super unpredictable, from a little tummy pain to laying on the ground looking up at the sky as your airway closes faster than you can say.
That escalated quickly.
And that's why rolling the antihistamine dice ain't worth it, because no amount of all-you-can-eat shrimp is worth drooling all over yourself in the middle of a Red Lobster as you catch an EpiPen to the thigh and question all of your life choices. Try to.
Oh my.
We're back on our Where Are They Now adventure with your 3 most requested follow-ups. And I'm gonna leave you with a little piece of knowledge that'll haunt you for the rest of your days.
Oh, thank you.
So what did you do? I put some in his rectum.
Friends come in many forms.
Chat, do you have a friend? I want to know. Do you think you could be the friend that would insert something into your friend's rectum?
Like a friend that'll loan you $20, or a friend that'll give you a ride without asking for gas money, or the ultimate friend that's willing to shove frozen water bricks inside of your dingleberry cave because you took too many opioids.
You got a friend in me.
But before I go any further,
I sure hope I don't. Wow, extraordinarily wow. No. Maybe it's the fact that most of my friends are beautiful ladies, but if they needed a pill shoved up there, if they needed medication shoved up there, there's gloves for a reason.
further into the story, I want to be very clear about something. Don't put ice in people's But not only is it incredibly stupid and unbelievably dangerous, but completely unnecessary when there's things like Narcan available that don't involve you icing down your friend's guano gusher. The very medically unsupported theory that's inspiring people to do this is by stimulating the central nervous system with ice, the overdosing person will regain consciousness and magically begin breathing again.
But ice is dangerous. It can be too cold. You can burn yourself with ice.
And on their own.
Right.
Now, yes, he was awake when we got there, and no, we're not sure if it was because of the ice. But one thing I can't say for sure is that those two dudes didn't make eye contact for the entire ride to the hospital, and I will never look at ice the same way again.
Yeah, in Europe, there's a lot of suppositories because, like, so when you swallow something, okay, chat, listen to me. This is very important knowledge you need to learn. When you swallow something, it has to go through your gastrointestinal, like your stomach acid, and it has to be digested through your stomach, right? So it has to be processed through there, and it can lose its potency, right? And it takes time to digest. If you stick something right into your GI tract via the booty hole, it gets right absorbed in there. That's why people have done like suppository shots to get extra drunk faster, because it doesn't have to be digested. Don't do it though. But that's why it can be a useful medication.
My birthday is December 49th, 1812. How long did you say the seizure lasted? Seizures can be extremely scary.
Wait. Have I seen that one? The pirate guy? I don't think we have.
My birthday is December 49th, 1812. How long did you say the seizure lasted? About 30 seconds or so. Okay. Listen, I know it seems odd. It's normal for people to be confused after a seizure. It's actually called the postictal state. I'm a pirate. That's interesting. Hey, man, let me borrow your phone. Yoink. Okay. All right, sir, we're going to go ahead and get him loaded up and going down. Dude. Are you okay? Yeah, I'm all right. I just do that from time to time, so. All right, man. Well, I'll meet you guys down at the hospital. Okay. My birthday is December.
Were they all high on something? Because it sounds like they're all high on something.
Scary to experience, especially for the patients, and depending on the type of seizure, once it's over, they can go to what's called a postictal state, which is very normal, but it involves confusion, exhaustion, or in this guy's case, think you needed to get back to the open sea to fight some scurvy pirates. Now, even though all of this can be quite stressful to witness, treating most seizures is relatively straightforward with some benzos and a little low too. However, as I've learned many times in my career, right when you think you got things figured out, you don't.
Oh no.
Didn't see that coming.
Which is exactly what happened in the middle of our assessment when this guy's sister decided to wrap up her Angry Birds game on his cell phone while someone else blasted their partially digested SpaghettiOs all over the floor. But honestly, I knew this guy was gonna be just fine, and I also knew that once again, I was extremely thankful for waterproof boots and disinfectants. That's why. I don't think it's possible to describe the smell perforating from a room that contains someone who's having a GI bleed.
Oh, that's next level stinky.
Well, I guess it would be something like. And to accompany that odor is the general understanding that whatever is causing that lunch regurgitating smell is not good for the continuation of life. Because the general rule of thumb when it comes to blood coming from your skin suit is blood coming from one end of your body is bad. Blood coming from both ends of your body is the beginning of your forever sleepy time. Now, this gentleman was suffering from something called esophageal varices, which can happen when the veins inside of your esophagus begin to enlarge and bleed because of high blood pressure associated with liver disease.
Oh my God. Oh, thank you.
And if the thought of drowning in your own red blood cell pudding terrifies you,
that does terrify me.
The good news is we got him down to the hospital where he got some meds, a couple pints of blood, and was completely stable.
This is why it's important to go to the hospital if you're bleeding from both ends, okay, Chad? Did you learn this?
Bad news is you now know you can die drowning in your own blood. Try to.
Wow.
Welcome back to numero 8 of the Where Are They Now saga, and today we're going to talk about everything from mushrooms to getting my boots filled up with human doo-doo.
So you were running to the bathroom while taking your pants off.
Wait, I don't think I saw this one. These might be the newer ones that I haven't seen because this one's really new video.
So you were running to the bathroom while taking your pants off, then tripped and fell.
Yeah, I really don't like to wear anything below the waist whenever I'm on the throne.
Right? Listen, we totally get it.
Okay, Chad, this is a non-judgmental zone. Do you take your pants fully off when you go poo?
Get it, man. But you're not hurt, right?
No, I just really need help up into the bathroom.
Perfect, man. We could definitely do that. But
Here, let me help you get up. Perfect, because I really need to.
are you? Yeah. I'm not sure what to do right now. I don't know either. He is not getting back in the truck. So you were running to the bathroom,
Oh, dang.
then tripped and fell.
Yeah, I really don't like to wear anything below the waist whenever I'm on the throne. Imagine this. You're helping a nice elderly man to the bathroom, and suddenly he begins to fall. So you take your leg and shove it in between his legs to
His leg was shoved between the cheeks. His legs were shoved between the cheeks. And then he pooped.
brace him, and he says thank you by blasting a rectal fruit shake right down your pants and into your boots. Well, I don't have to imagine that because it happened to me, and I'm still not okay with it. This lovely guy was your standard run-of-the-mill senior citizen that needed a little bit of assistance to the bunghole drainer 3000 to open up some extra room in his internal prune basin. But as I attempted to guide him, gravity had other plans and attempted to shove him to the ground to test his osteoporosis-filled bones. But I said, nay, not today. And then immediately found out what Jerry the geriatric ate for his last 3 meals as he filled my boots with cream of diarrhea. But despite having my lower half repainted with human poo, I still got Mr. Smith to the throne. Then sloshed my way to a decon shower and never looked at corn the same way again.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Okay, what happened here? We had a little grease fire.
So I
The grease fire incident.
grabbed a cup of water and threw it on it, which I told him not to do.
And then we had a big grease fire.
I really want everybody watching this video to listen to what
Listen to him.
I'm about to say, because it might save your life, a trip to the hospital, or at a minimum, a boatload of money rebuilding the crispy remains of the place that you once called home.
If you put water on a grease fire, it's gonna explode!
Why does this happen, you ask? Well, grease catches fire between 375 and 500 degrees in freedom units, which is well above the 212 degrees it takes to boil water. So,
Oh, okay. I get it. Oh, I get it.
when you douse your burgers flambe with H2O, it instantly boils and carries flaming pieces of third-degree burning, life-altering grease along with it. So if you do happen to run into this situation, just remember the only way to safely extinguish a grease fire is by smothering it with the lid, a fire blanket, a Class B or Class K extinguisher. Because if you use sugar, water, or flour, you're probably gonna die. Or, at a minimum, just regret not ordering takeout.
Hello?
I can see everything, man.
Oh, yeah, this guy was funny.
Holy pupils, Batman. I'm Batman. Here's the deal. If somebody's mental state is altered and somebody else calls 911, we are legally required to transport them to a level of equal or higher care. I know, listen, I don't agree with it sometimes either. I mean, especially in this guy's case, where he was just trying to enjoy some of the mind-bending, reality-altering effects from the mushrooms that he shoved down his throat earlier.
I can't feel my face.
And what made me
I wonder what he's on. Probably mushrooms, right?
feel even worse was this guy was the most chill dude I've ever met, man. And if it was up to me, I would have left him at home to let him enjoy his interdimensional fungi adventure.
Do we have a deal?
But it's not. And the last thing any of us need would be for this guy to venture out into the road, see a yellow punch buggy, think it's a giant Twinkie, try to take a bite out of it, and then end up becoming one with the road and the mycelium that he was enjoying so much.
Mycelium, yep, that was mushrooms.
So instead, we took a ride down to the hospital in the Band-Aid bus, where he tried to convince me that all the payphones were disappearing, so it'd be harder for us to get out of the Matrix. Wait.
Try to catch me howling at the moon.
The Bunghole Drainer 3000. It'll suck the farts right out of your soul.
Ayo. 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 Also, if you're watching this video over on YouTube, if you don't know what to comment, comment monkey bread. For the algorithm.